I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game.
I do as well. Mikey fell.
You ever
We gotta get April out.
you ever dream about this game at night when you're sleeping and think like you're a turtle, you're running around in a fiery building like this, and you're slicing people up and getting the Chinese stars thrown at you, and got swords, and you're just like jabbing people, and you're like, yeah, and then you're looking at the camera like that, throwing people at your own mind and stuff.
I don't have dreams like that, but I've seen all that in this game.
I have dreams like that sometimes. And then I wake up, my back hurts like I've had a shell on it. It's really weird.
You're a weird dude, DePaul.
I try. Maybe we should go play some games and
I'm playing a game.
well, I mean, I'm sure Puppet Duval's upstairs waiting for us, you know.
I really don't care what the puppet's
Yeah?
doing. I just would like to play Ninja Turtles.
Cool. Okay, well, I guess we'll...
You're not even playing.
Oh. What?
What are you doing?
Why? I thought I was in the game.
Do you want to play a board game?
I think so. I'm kind of sad now. Now it feels like my dream where I'm not actually playing.
Okay, let's go play a board game.
It's probably a good idea.
Jeez.
Probably a good idea.
The smiles around, 'cause there's a new game in town. It's time to excite at the roll of the dice. With friendship comes epic wins and defeats. It's a land of adventure with board.
Hey guys, welcome back to Board. We're your hosts. I'm Duval.
And I'm Pixel Dan.
You know, this show is all about board games from the 50s to today, including the best and worst at times of what the board game industry has had to offer over those many decades. And of course, Dan and I are here to play them all for you, for your entertainment, and for many times our horror.
But I win. Just reminding you.
Last week, we played the Subattack game.
Oh yeah! Battleship on steroids. Yeah.
Yes, lots of steroids that
Yeah.
game was on. Whole bunches.
Yeah, that was fun.
No, it was a pain.
What? Yeah, a little bit it was.
But of course, you know, this week we don't know what we're going to play because,
Oh yeah.
just as always, we have to have Puppet Duval give us a game, which never turns out well in anyone's favor. Mostly this guy. You ever gonna like Puppet Duval?
Maybe.
Really?
Depends on what he's gonna give me, I guess.
There's a small sliver.
This much.
Like, how much did you like him when he gave you Slime Game at the beginning of the season?
This much.
Yeah. How much did you like him when he gave you Subattack last week?
How do you do negative space? Like, is that way? Yeah.
It's a good. You have to like suck yourself into yourself.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well,
So-
gang, let's. I don't know. You guys watch Dan and I as we turn around, and sure we'll get blinded as always. Always happens.
Again.
Yep.
All right.
This is not gonna be fun. I don't like this anymore. I don't want to do this. Oh! Not ready for it. Never ready for it.
Never. I never see it coming. I don't know why.
If you look
Never
up.
see it coming.
No, it's worse if you look up. Oh, God. Oh.
Every time.
Ah.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? Thanks for blinding us again.
You take care of this one. My eyes hurt so bad.
You know, I really could use a vacation. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I could really use a vacation. But I guess I'll take a board game if you've got... Look what you did to your friend.
it hurts so bad. I'm gonna be over here while you get the board game.
Board game, please. Hey, visit the Walt Disney World. That's kind of like taking a vacation.
I'm back and I'm better. This is awesome.
Let's go play it.
I really want to go to Disney World.
Thanks for the vacation.
Thanks, Puppet Duval. Let's go visit the Magic Kingdom.
Let's do it, Disney World.
I like Disney. Mickey Mouse. Good God, man.
Yeah, I forgot.
What's wrong?
I forgot that the...
Oh, yeah. That's
It just disappears out of my hands, and always just pops.
How do
into
you
this
not
table.
realize that it vanishes from your hands?
Well, like I start walking down the stairs and it's there, and then
Right.
I come down the stairs and it's not there, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced.
It's a weird house.
This is a weird house.
Strange things happen in this house.
But at least we get to visit Disney World.
Oh, I can't
I'm
wait.
so excited! I love Walt
Can't
Disney
wait.
World.
I got. Let's see. We can put Dewey.
Oh, we have mascots for this episode.
Huey.
Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Kind of. Like a Scrooge. That's not good.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
I think Dan just had a stroke.
Oh.
No. 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 I killed Louis.
Better.
He fell to his doom.
So,
A visit to Walt Disney World from Milton Bradley.
yes, ages 6 to 10. We are way over the age limit on this game. It's gonna be another one of those games where I win in one move. I think.
Me by 26 years. Little old.
Jeez.
This game is very cool looking. I mean, I love the box art and the fact that this is an official Disney Dimension game, is what the front of it says. And it says Disney Dimension because, quite frankly, this game is actually all.
Oh, we gotta put all this together.
Yeah, I know. What this show
Oh
and putting
my
stuff together, it's all
goodness.
3D pieces, monorail tracks, and
Oh, I saw the contemporary. Hey, there's
Yeah.
the Polynesian.
the Polynesian and the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, I'm so
Uh,
excited.
The teacups and more monorail tracks and
Oh my god.
monorail,
Monorail. How much?
spinner.
Oh my goodness.
All right, all this stuff.
Monorail, monorail.
Housetop. All this there's
Teacup ride base.
Yeah, see, there's the train station, Main Street train
Sweet.
station. I know.
There's the castle.
Cinderella's castle.
Which looks like Sleeping Beauty's castle. And
Kinda.
It's colored like Sleeping
Yeah.
Beauty. It's colored incorrectly.
Yes, absolutely, 100% incorrect.
But still, this looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course we. Oh god,
We gotta put
I'm
all this
losing-
together,
losing
though.
cards here.
Oh my gosh, look at all the cards.
Lots of card pieces.
So many pieces. Blue pieces, green
blue,
pieces,
red.
and yellow pieces.
Alright. Yellow. Monorails.
More yellow.
Big instruction sheet.
Oh, this one's not a lot of pages. This one is just a big one.
Yeah, it's just a big one.
That's weird.
Yeah. And then of course playing pieces. You've got your Donald Duck.
Nice.
You put that on a base.
All right.
You got your Daisy Duck.
Depending, like, is this our characters, and then we put on whatever color
Yeah.
base we want to be?
Yeah, you got your Minnie Mouse.
All right, I'll be green.
You got your Pluto. You got your awesome old style Goofy.
Oh, nice.
And you got your Mickey Mouse.
Well, I'm gonna be Donald.
All
You're gonna be Mickey.
I'm gonna be Mickey.
All right.
So let's
That
put
makes sense. That's appropriate.
Minnie and Donald. I'm missing a base for this one apparently. That's all right though, because there's only 2 of us. But normally you'd have 6 bases, 6 playing pieces. And you wouldn't have that issue. Of course, you'll have to end up using the base, the actual box here. Pretty neat looking. I'm curious to see. You know, this one actually has. We've actually got a board, which actually does. It's actually really well done. It actually, you know, it's a much smaller version of the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. It's not this tiny. This is like more like a Disneyland board than should be a Disney World.
It's set up slightly differently. They got Liberty Square all the way up here
Yeah.
in the corner. Isn't that supposed to be between? Like that's more around here.
Liberty Square should be back this way.
Because
Tomorrowland.
Because the Haunted Mansion's down here.
Haunted Mansion should be over here.
Liberty Square should be next to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
It's a little not accurate.
Not at all.
It's a real life Walt Disney
No.
World. We're being a little nitpicky though. That's
We're Walt Disney geeks. Dan and I have been to Disney World way too many times to be.
ice cream station.
Oh,
That's what I go to Disney World for. Ice cream station.
yeah, I think so. It's just beautiful looking board. I mean, old school Mickey Mouse from the 70s here. The artwork on here is just amazing. It's something that if you had found this board and didn't have all the pieces, you'd want to get like mounted and framed because it's a really neat piece to look at. Which is no longer at Walt Disney World. 20,000 Leagues doesn't exist.
Oh look, the
anymore.
teacup red's over here in Tomorrowland. That's nice. Anyway.
Well, you know, that's where your lunch will be once you're done with it. Is in Tomorrowland.
Oh.
So
Gotcha.
that's what happens. Well, let's piece this bad boy together, and let's see what it takes to play the Walt Disney World game.
I'm excited.
I
Let's
am
do
too.
it.
This is awesome. This is like going to Disney World, but not.
Oh, I'm sad now.
I don't know if I want to play anymore.
So we need to set this board up first. You take the base of the box and add the backdrop.
Then you attach the side monorail tracks in between the sides of the box and the backdrop.
You unfold the board, setting it on top of the tracks here, and sliding it back into the box under the backdrop.
Then we add the railroad station.
The castle,
We put the teacup ride together and attach it to the left monorail track.
and the Haunted Mansion. Yeah! Welcome, foolish mortals.
And to wrap up the construction of the board here, we attach the 3 monorail cars to the tracks.
And as you can see, once it's all set up, it looks, well, not quite like Disney.
It's got a giant castle
Dude,
that
that castle
towers
is
over the
huge.
entire park.
That thing is ginormous.
It's a really fun setup though, and it's interesting because it's like the whole board is closed off.
Yeah.
You've got like these little backdrops where the monorails roll around, where you can see like the Contemporary Resort, the Polynesian over here, and that's just like
That's Fort Wilderness.
like the Fort Wilderness Lodge. It's interesting, and you can see all the palm trees and everything. And
What's-
then you got
what's-
this backdrop here. So
Yeah. What's cool about it is it kind of makes you feel like you really are at Disney World, because in Disney World you're basically closed off from the rest of humanity.
secluded.
You're very secluded at Disney World. So it is a very neat feeling to the game to feel like, oh, well, this is where we're at Disney World. There are a couple cool things, of course, to start out with once the board's all set up. And Dan and I have chose our pieces. Dan is Daffy.
Whoa.
Wrong companies, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap.
Give me your Disney fan club card.
Gotta give it back.
You're out.
Danny is Donald, and I'm Mickey, and Dan chose green. So basically, and I chose yellow. So all these color tickets here, you've got red, green, blue, and yellow. Since you're yellow, you're going to get all the yellow ones, and since I'm green, I'm going to get all the green ones.
Opposite.
These extra tickets.
I'm green.
Okay, gotcha.
You give me the green ones. Don't take
There's the green
green
ones. There.
Green. Okay.
Next thing you do in there is you take out all the monorail tickets.
Okay.
Monorail. There should be 3 of them. Monorail. Yeah, should be 3. Those get set to the side.
Gotcha.
The rest of these get shuffled. So shuffle.
Okay.
And then those get placed face down, just anywhere near.
Gotcha.
Now to start the game, of course, just like any game of this nature, each player would spin the spinner. So spin the spinner. Spinner.
I got 1.
You got a 1.
Beat that.
I got a 1.
Uh-oh.
That means I gotta go again?
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Cheater.
I got 5.
Well, I actually got less than. You got
I
6.
got a 6.
That means you're
I
going
go first.
All right.
So, there's a couple things to know about the game, though, before you start playing. And the fact that the Haunted Mansion, which is this building, actually on the board, it has several different spots where it can sit on this main thing. You can sit it one way, you can sit it another way.
You twist all the way around.
You can turn it wherever you want. Once you've said that, it remains that way for the rest of the game. You don't move the Haunted Mansion ever again. And the basic idea behind this is there's 4 red little circles around the Haunted Mansion that are haunted spots. That once you land on a haunted spot, you actually have to use what they call a magic disc. And unfortunately, my game does not have a magic disc, so we're going to use a little button battery.
Good. Okay. Button battery.
Hey, it's all...
We're creative.
Yeah,
Gotta
what
get
happens.
creative. All right.
So in order, what happens next is, if I land on the first red spot right out of the entrance gate, which is haunted, I would take this and drop it, and there's a little ramp inside, and whichever side it comes out, whether it's the left or the right, and it came out on this side, I would immediately move from that one haunted space to the haunted space where the magic button battery fell out.
So in theory, that could throw you off of your trail,
Yes.
or it could move you closer to where you're
Yes,
going. So.
because you want to know where you're going is the start of your turn, the start of the game, you actually draw a card and it tells you where to go. My first one is Liberty Square. So my goal is to get to the little orange, the big orange spot that actually looks like a big orange, a big Florida orange in Liberty Square, in order to discard this ticket and draw a new ticket telling me where my next destination is.
Where's the orange bird?
There is no orange bird.
Oh.
That's what the oranges represent, I guess. Like, technically, there's a toucan. That's about as close to the orange
Okay.
bird as you're going to get.
Okay.
Your goal is to go through all your tickets, visit every location on your tickets. The first person to discard all of your tickets by visiting all those spaces is the winner of the game. Pretty simple. Well, we've already talked about the Haunted Mansion. The monorails are kind of cool because if you land on a monorail spin space, you can actually choose to discard one of your monorail tickets and take the monorail from one side all the way to the other side, just like that. It just slides.
It's like a shortcut.
Yep, and then you're basically, your player's pawn goes right there. And then that way let's say I was trying to get to Liberty Square, I'm in Adventureland, I can take it all the way to there and only have like 5 spots to make it to Liberty Square.
Sweet.
So, yeah, pretty cool. And then, the teacup ride is the horror of this game.
That looks like fun.
It is the horror of this game, and here's why. When you land on here, when your cup stops here, no matter if you have a ticket or not, you have to ride the teacup ride. If you land on this space with a teacup ride, you have to ride the teacup ride.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So even if it's not your destination?
You have to ride the teacup ride. And what happens is, by getting on the teacup ride, you then spin the spinner, and you have to spin, let's say if I spun and I got a 3, and I was here, I'd go 1, 2, 3. To get off the teacup ride,
Be stranded over here. So
you have to actually roll the exact number to get back to the exit entrance in order to get your pawn off of the teacup ride.
Super fun.
Which means you could be stuck on the teacup ride for several turns and not go anywhere. Which is interesting. Did you break the
It's
teacup ride?
falling apart. I'm just trying to fix it.
Oh my god.
I'll fix it.
Dan will fix it. I'll keep talking. Dan will fix it. Dan will fix the teacup ride. All in all, it's pretty interesting. With the monorails, though, when you do draw a ticket, you have to spin this in order to get the monorail. So you have to get it on the little monorail thing there in order to get the monorail, in order to spin the ticket. So it's pretty simple once it's all set up. It isn't closed like Dan said, which gives it that feel of being secluded at Walt Disney World.
It's a really interesting look for the board game, but it's really fun too, and it's bright and colorful, and it's got a really cool board, like you said.
Yes,
so
very cool board.
it's really neat.
Yeah. Well, let's since I'm going first, let's get this game underway and see
do it.
who's the first to actually get all the tickets gone and win this game.
All right. So what's your first destination?
Let's see. My first destination is Liberty Square.
My first destination is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, an extinct attraction.
Yes, it is. Literally, it's extinct at Walt Disney World.
All right.
All right. Well,
closest thing we got now are the Nemo subs.
I know, right? Crap. All right. Well, let's.
So you're spinning first, right?
Yeah, let's get this underway.
All right, let's start this game.
So each player is on a jaunt across the park.
A jaunt, Duvall? Really?
Yes, I said jaunt. We are trying to visit each of the destinations here and spend our tickets to do so.
I think the worst thing here is visiting the teacups. You get stuck on them.
Yeah, you have to roll an exact count landing on either the entrance or the exit when you're on this thing, and sometimes that can be...
Frustrating?
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
I like when you land on the same space as another player. You can choose to move them to any of the refreshment areas.
Yeah, since each player knows where the other is going next, you can use the refreshment areas to move them way farther away from their destination.
And the Haunted Mansion is fun as well. Be sure to bring your death certificate.
And of course, the monorails here assist you in getting from one section of the board to the other in a super quick manner.
You have to spin the spinner, and if it points to the monorail, then you can spend one of your 3 monorail tickets and take the monorail.
Crap.
You're stuck on the teacups.
I know.
You're still on the
Gosh,
teacups.
dang it. 4.
4 spins on the teacups.
1.
I had to say it, bro. That's gonna put you right
2,
back where you just were.
3. This sucks.
Mickey, you've got to get sick. Oh gosh! I can't feel my feet! It's because you're spinning in circles, Mickey. Oh gosh! That's Mickey. He's weird. Anyway, I get to move. I can't see where I'm at!
Well, so I need to get to Frontierland, and I still have a land to get to, and you're on your last one.
All I gotta do is get to Tomorrowland, and I'm done. And look how close I am to Tomorrowland.
Yeah, no, I see
So
that.
all I gotta do is get at least a 5, and that's the end of this game. You're lucky. I got a 1.
Ugh.
You're lucky, but I'm inching closer, and you're still on the teacups. Oh gosh, get me off these teacups.
The thing is, you don't have to get an exact count. You can just literally get there and you're done.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
One.
Uh-oh, you're getting off.
Oh, 1, 2. Oh, I'm off the teacups.
You just got off the teacups.
I'm awesome.
Oh,
on,
now it's a
baby.
race. You're kind of
Come
dizzy
on.
though. He's like, oh gosh. He's been
I see
spinning.
that. That's spectacular.
He's been spinning.
Awesome.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I will turn in my last ticket. I will board Space Mountain. And I will win the Disney World game. Woo! I just beat you. Yes, I did. I just beat
Great.
you. Yes,
that's
I
good.
did.
Glad.
I
So
just
happy
beat
for you.
Yes, I
So
did.
thrilled
I'm
that you
a
won.
master at these games. Yeah.
Christina hates you, doesn't she?
No, why?
Because she will never play games with you.
Are you serious? No, she loves playing games with me.
Yeah.
Don't you love playing games
No.
with me?
No.
Why?
If the puppet wasn't forcing us to play these games, I would drive a nail into my head.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Quit lying.
No, I would.
You're dramatic.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. So, a visit to Walt Disney World is a really fun little game, and again, not a lot to it, but it makes it, makes it a pretty quick play.
It was exactly like a real trip to the park. I would throw Duvall on the teacups and not let him get off for the whole day while I run around and do all the other rides.
Then I was on the teacups for like 10 moves.
Just like a real trip to Disney.
No, I would never get on the teacups, ever. I won't go
What?
near them.
I love the teacup
No,
ride.
I look at the teacups and go, I think my stomach's going to talk to me.
You go, gosh. Yeah, right?
How did you combine Mickey and Goofy into one weird...
Same guy.
Okay.
Same guy.
I really think this is a fun family game. I mean, there's enough here for 6 players. There's a lot to do, and it really goes by pretty quick. The board's fun to look at. The interaction between the board with the monorails. And, oh God, I killed.
Oh, it derailed. Ah! Mayhem.
I just killed Monorail Red. It is really, for Disney collectors and Disney fans alike, it's kind of fun to play and look on some of the board as to see like the Swift's Family Treehouse, and of course, like Dan said, the 20,000 Leagues, and the stuff that isn't there anymore, because of course this game was made in the 70s.
Right.
The contemporary doesn't look anything like that anymore because there's more to it now. I really like this game. I really think it's a lot of fun, and families and Disney fans alike would have a lot of fun with this.
I think so too. I mean, it's fun, and it's got a really cool looking board. It's really unique and interesting, and it's just fun kind of getting to experience the whole, like, I think it's funny that the theme of this game is running around the park and getting on as many rides as possible. It's
Which
like
is what it's like in real life.
I was gonna say, it's like a real trip to Disney World. You're like running around trying to get onto everything.
Only problem
and
is with this, there were no such thing as fast passes.
no fast passes, not in the 70s. No. Otherwise, I'd just be like, oh, I gotta get here. I'll just fast pass that and come back later, and instead I'll go to Frontierland.
Could you imagine waiting in line for some of these, like Haunted Mansion in the 70s when it first opened? Disney
Oh,
World,
man.
And the line was like 2.5, 3 hours long to get into it?
Speaking of that, I'm gonna go to the Haunted Mansion right now. Welcome, foolish mortals, to the place where you're gonna hang out, cause you're the winner! Cause you beat Jason Duvall, and he's gonna go ride the teacups forever.
You know what? I got something to show you. Have you ever seen this? Hold on. You ever seen that? I got something in the case right here. Check this out. This is awesome. This is actually a not Disney World, but it's a relic from Disneyland. It's a back scratcher.
It's a back scratcher.
Yeah. You know what you can do with back scratchers?
Scratch my back?
No, Steve, you're right.
Oh my god! Hey guys! You got some fan questions you want to ask us? You want to send us some cool fan art, or maybe just tell us how awesome we are? Well, you can do that by sending an email to board@toyworldorder.com. At the end of this season, we're going to do a fan special where we're going to show you some behind the scenes footage and maybe even answer some fan letters. So shoot us an email. We'd love to hear from you guys. Or hey, have you seen last week's episode yet? You can click right here to check it out. Until next time,